So, hi everyone. I am Janice Kindala, and allow me to introduce or inform you guys that in discussing this lesson in Unit 4, Lesson 3, I have my partner who is Miss Madel Sala. In this lesson, we are in the Lesson 3, which is the Mother Tongue-based multilingual education. Lesson 3, which is the implementation of the MTB MLE successes, challenges, and potential solutions. So, anyway, before we delve into the success, challenges, and potential solution, we will just discuss first the implementation of the mother tongue base. So, the purpose in implementing the mother tongue-based multilingual education is to student to develop appropriate cognitive and reasoning skills, enabling children to operate equally in different languages, starting in the mother tongue with transition to Filipino and then English, and to preserve the Philippine culture and treasure as well. So this is the reason why the implementation of the mother tongue so that the we can preserve or we can preserve the our culture identity. The second one is to read and understand a simple text in one of the most fundamental skills a child can learn. Evidence indicates that learning to read both early and at a sufficient rate are essential for learning to read well, and consequently understanding what is read. So, in implementing the mother tongue-based multilingual education, the languages that are considered as used as a medium of instruction is the Ilocano, Pangasinan, Kapampangan, Tagalog, Bicol, Waray, Hiligaynon, Cebuano, Maranao, Chavacano, Maguindanaon, and Tausug. So these a mother tongue or these languages or dialect, these are the considered used in the mother tongue education, mother tongue based education. So in the year 2012, the Department of Education or DepEd implemented the use of mother tongue based multilingual education in all public schools, specifically in grade 1, 2, and 3. So specifically, the mother tongue is Mother tongue can use as a medium of instruction focus in the grade 1, 2, and 3. And this is the DepEd Order number 74, 2009, institutionalizing of MTB-MLE in the Philippines. So let's move forward and the success in implementing the MTB-MLE in the education, of course. If there is any improvements in the learning of the children or learners. So here in 2009, Department of Education recognizes the benefits of teaching children using their mother tongue or first language. Local and international research has found that children learn to speak, read, and write more quickly in their first language and can pick up a second and third language more easily if taught in their first language. So, the DepEd or the Department of Education found that recognized that a children kuno mas dali makaton, mas dali makasuwat, makabasa kung ginatuluan or using ang ilahang first language which is Cebuano or Bicol ba na or Tagalog ba na ang bata or kanang unsay kanang mother tongue sa isa ka bata or first language sa bata. So in according to the teacher from Davao City, the Region 11 who uses Cebuano as a medium of instruction makes the teacher comfortable in the thorough explanation of their lessons. So as well sa teacher, they feel comfortable sad because they have seen that children participate siguro, di ba? Kung ginagamit ang Cebuano or Tagalog or waray man na nahimo nga ginahimo nga medium of instruction sa bata because ang isa ka children magud mas makasabot, di ba? And it also helped both teacher and students in a broader understanding of the lesson since it is exemplified using MTB-MLE or the mother tongue. And she also mentioned that children are given the opportunity to be more oriented in their native dialect. They can share and express their thoughts at an early age during a discussion of the lesson. Also, the reading level of pupils develop nowadays that MTB-MLE is used compared to days when it was not yet implemented. So, with the use of the mother tongue, the pupils as well, they can express freely their opinions, their thoughts as well. So, a teacher from Region 2 or Nueva Vizcaya who uses Tagalog as a language of instructions reiterated that some learners can easily understand the content in the learning areas which are being taught in NTB-email or the mother tongue or the students' first language, and that learning in regional language during the early grades help improve students' understanding of lessons, thus quickly grasping the lessons being taught. So, of course, by using the mother tongue of the child, the first language of the learners, they can easily grasp the thought or the lessons that the teacher taught about. In Region 7, the Central Visayas, or Cebu, Cebu is the language of instruction, according to one of their teachers. MTB-MLE or the mother tongue-based multilingual education helps in the process of letting the learners know what to understand, and that is easier for the teachers to transmit what needs to understand by the learners. In the region 2, which is the Cagayan Valley, particularly in Cagayan, Ibanag is the language of instruction. So, as you remember, one of the language that is considered in the MTB-MLE is Ibanag. According to one of the teacher there, when in their first language, learners learn to read more quickly and made the lessons more interactive, and that this enhances the pride of the learner's heritage, language, and culture. So, of course, by using the learner's first language as the medium of instruction, it makes the lesson or the learning environment or the discussion more interactive for the learners. So here in the Region 7, which is the Central Visayas, it's stated there that the Cebuano is the language of instructions. According to one of the teachers there, MTB-MLE helps in the process of letting the learners know what to understand. And that is easier to for the teachers to transmit what needs to understand by the learners, of course, by using the first language of the students. It makes the teacher comfortable to make or to teach the learners, for it makes the learners easily understand the certain lessons that is being taught by the teachers. So in the Region 2, which is the Cagayan Valley, particularly in Cagayan, Ibanag is the language of instructions. As you can remember that Ibanag is one of the considered medium instruction in MTB-MLE. So according to the teachers there, when their first language learners learn to read more quickly, made the lessons more interactive, and that this enhances the pride of the learner's heritage and language and culture. Kabansag in 2016 expressing better ideas in building confidence, better retentions, and promoting friendly environment. In the other side, Kalinawagan, a professor from University of the Philippines, the success of the MTB-MLE or the mother tongue-based multilingual education in the Philippines truly depends on the ingenuity and innovativeness of teachers and their pedagogy as well as their commitment to the program. The DepEd or the Department of Education, according to them, the MTB-MLE strengthened the development of the appropriate cognitive and reasoning skills, enabling children to operate equally in different languages, starting with the mother tongue. So, of course, the MTB-MLE never considered a success without also the challenges. The implementation of the mother tongue based multilingual education also faces the challenges. The first one is the multilingual environment. So of course here, the multilingual environment is a problem of the strict compliance of the mother tongue based instruction policy, not only in the part of the learners but also on the part of teachers who cannot speak well the first language of their class. Of course, we cannot avoid in the certain classroom that it's not particularly when we have the same language in the classroom is because there is also students bitaw nga kanang lain-lain sa daw mga tinabian, so dili jud considered nga ina nga eskwelahan Bisaya na sa uban nga mga transfer, di ba? So as na I have here a question. So, given the circumstances, if you were the teachers in the previously stated class, what might be the best approach to address this type of challenges in accordance with the MTB email? So, of course, no, as a teacher, as a future teacher, kanang na makasugat jud ani no nga lalain og kanang mga languages. Naadyo na sa classroom nga multilingual. So, of course, for us teacher, we should consider our students, no, we should adjust to their needs. Of course, we should differentiate na bitaw na sa 21st century education, we should differentiate our instructions, and so that students will be able to understand easily the lessons. Of course, we will use or we will differentiate our instructions. So the second challenges that the implementation of the mother tongue based multilingual education is the difficulty in translation. It's because translating lesson content in the local languages and even the dialects as a way of addressing the use of mother tongue for non-speakers of Tagalog is a big challenge to teacher. Another issue with the academic language is that lessons create impractical long terminology such as counting numbers and place values charts spoken in Filipino. In one study, an elementary school teachers recognized terms in mathematics spoken in Tagalog as being lengthy or wordy. So, yes, of course, some of the teachers as well and encounter this kind of challenges. Mostly of the teachers is because there are some specific language or word in particular dialects that are that has a profound or deep meaning bitaw nga dili siya jud dali i-explain sa isa ka bata. Labi na isa if learners are exposed to kuan sa gadgets na dili sila kayo kanang nay mga laglong nga mga terminology nga this would explain sa teacher, and so that mo na ang na-face nga challenge sa teacher this would explain sa isa ka certain nga language na say some words that when translating in a particular dialect it became so lengthy than the English term, and so that it is considered a challenge to some of the teachers. So here there's a questions here that as a future language teacher, as an educator, what could be a possible solution to this kind of problem? Do you prefer code switching as one of the possible solution for this? So of course, so as a future educators, we will somehow encounter these challenges. So of course, code switching is way better, but of course, as a future educator, it is very important. That is why that we have to attend seminars, training, and so that it is, or as a teacher, we should address or we should consider the diversity of the language or our learners, and as well as is a future educators, we must have resources and for us to better translate or give explanation to our learners, give correct comprehensive discussion to our learners. So it is very important that we as teacher kanangan we are knowledgeable enough with our to teach our students. We are knowledgeable enough to have enough resources with us as we are the sore knowledge of the learners, especially in grade 1, 2, and 3. They are starting to learn good. So I guess that would be all my report, and the rest of the challenges of the implementation of the mother tongue will be discussed by Madel Sala. Thank you for listening.